And in 5 years, taking a team that was at the bottom of the WIAC, Hannah Iverson is going to take this team to the top of the heap.
6 years ago when I took this program over, we were at the bottom of the conference. I think coming in and knowing where they were at the year before, just not having a ton of success in the WIAC, I think there was pressure to do well. I don't know if it was from anyone other than myself. I think as competitors, you want the pressure. You know, I think pressure is earned. Pressure is a privilege, and I think we wanted that.
We're really here to prove people wrong. Now we're trying to start something new and build our program from here, and I think that with the teammates that I have and the coaches, we have something special.
The level of play and the level of toughness and skill and everything that makes up this conference, you don't take a game off. Everyone is so good and so talented that you have to show up, and you have to show up for 40 minutes.
We can play with anyone in this conference, and that just proved to us because WIAC is one of the best conferences in the country, and we need to prove to everyone that we are meant to be a part of this.
My goal when I transferred here was to win a championship and to put Stout back on the map and do the things that I saw Stout basketball do growing up.
I mean, a lot of us have confidence in the people on the court. We know everyone wants to win.
There's not a single team out there who works harder and who wants it more than I think the girls do now.
Everyone that underestimates or doubts what we can do, I think play with a chip on our shoulder and get it done.
I think when I got the job here at Stout, it was definitely a transition time for women's basketball. I think there's a lot to be said about not knowing what something takes until you've done it. And I think one thing I was able to bring is I'd done it. You know, we've got a young staff, a staff that all played college athletics, that all had successful careers, and that all know what it entails to do what we're asking these girls to do.
Coach Iverson is not just about winning games. She believes in everything else that will just lead to that because of the culture, because of the work that you put in, because of all those other factors.
I grew up watching Stout. My AAU team was based out of Stout and Menominee, and I grew up just seeing the success of Stout and seeing the culture of Stout, and I knew that was something that I wanted to be a part of and be closer to home and make those things happen again.
When you show up, you never know what it's going to be like. There's a few ways it could go. You stand up in front of them and say, this is how it's going to be and this is what we're going to do. And they either run through the wall for you or they sit down on their hands. And that group ran through a wall.
I was in the interviews with all the initial coaches that they were interviewing, and she was the only coach that came in and was like, yeah, we're going to win games right away. And I think that's why us as girls fell in love with her right away. We're like, all right, you believe in us. And we went 11-0 the start of that season. So I think that's saying something new. It was basically the same team. So.
I think finishing that first season the way we did felt like we were just scratching the surface. You know, we had a roster that had a ton of talent on it, and I felt like we could have done more. I think it was a learning year for everybody, myself included. To do what we did with the pieces that we had at that point was a grind every single night.
The turnaround when Coach I came was just huge. But she just let us play out so much and play with such intensity and brought this new energy to practice. I mean, it has led to so much success.
I think it was just we knew what we needed to do to be successful, and creating a team atmosphere and a more home culture with the team.
When I came to Stout, I knew that there was potential, and so I was super excited to be a part of something really special and to hopefully give Stout some life again.
With Monday's decision by the WIAC to cancel its fall sports conference seasons and championships, many student athletes and coaches are in limbo as the COVID-19 pandemic wipes out a third season of Division III sports.
COVID was something that was so unexpected, and I think it was a learning curve the whole way through.
Just a really different experience, especially since I had technically a full year of what a regular basketball season was supposed to look like. It was definitely a big change.
I was so excited for the next year to play another season with my best friends, but we had no clue what that would look like. And I remember we would try and do small group workouts outside and we would still be masked up. And it was like, oh my gosh, are we going to be able to do anything?
I didn't know what to expect. We all had ideas of what our season could or could not look like. So the whole time through preseason, which ended up being 5 or 6 months, you just have to play every single day like it's your last because you have no idea when the season's going to start or if the season's ever going to happen that year. And if you take any day off, it could be a huge challenge for yourself. And, if you don't put forth all the effort, then you're going to lose all that for a whole year.
The one thing we always said was how the feeling of upperclassmen and underclassmen was gone. We decided we're a team and we're not putting labels on who we are.
Record-wise, during COVID, we only played 8 games, and our record wasn't the greatest in those 8 games, but we knew the young talent that we had was really, really good, and so we were excited.
Now we had some more experience. We had people playing that had played the previous year, so we knew what we were getting into. Speaking from personal experience, I was a lot more ready, and we were more confident. We saw the level of play, and we built up for it. We worked for it.
I think the thing that changed the most for me is I was stepping into a huge leadership role, and it was my last year. So all the feelings that were going with that and leading this team and and not having the greatest season the year before, I knew that we had to win. There was no doubt. I had the mentality of we were winning conference the whole season because I had to. It was my last hope. And I think all the girls kind of had that. If you talk to any of them, we believe we're going to win every game.
We work hard and we've started to learn how to play smart and really run our offense, and that's how we're going to beat teams.
We've grown a really good culture, and I think Coach I is building the program that she wants, and I think that's what's taking our program to the next level.
That competitiveness in practice and that edge that we brought as a class really made the success turn into what it was.
And that allowed us to, have that breakthrough year, have a better year than we had before. I think we realized that we had something special, and we took advantage of that and worked as hard as we could, and I think that was a big key.
I think in the Eau Claire game, Eau Claire came out and played an outstanding basketball game. They showed up in a big moment in a big way. I think our ability to take a hit and respond wasn't there. I think our ability to fail, which you're going to do 1,000 times in a basketball game, and get back up and be able to succeed on the next play or the next effort or whatever it is, wasn't there.
Not only was it losing to Eau Claire at home with our whole community behind us, it was realizing that you lost such a great leader, someone who cared about the team more than anything.
Watching Lizzie play her last game, crap. I love Lizzie. She is one of my favorite people. I was really, really sad when she stepped out of that game because I knew we were losing one of the best people, the best teammates I've ever had.
After that loss, girls said I just looked numb. I I don't think it sunk in that, you know, my career was over until like they started their next season, and it was hard, but you know, I love the girls so much that, you know, I want to support them in whatever way they can, and I'm just so happy that what we were able to create with my time at Stout is still going, and they're still being successful, and if not more, and I still get to share these memories with them and still get to be there, and I mean, they still call me up, and that's a great feeling. It definitely shows the type of culture we have at Stout, and that even once you're done, you're still a part of the team, and you can see that just by the sheer amount of alumni that show up to the game still.
And I think for us, it was a level of, all right, what's next? We lost a big senior that year who did a ton for us in terms of leadership, in terms of getting our team together, in terms of holding us and kind of making sure we had the pulse that we wanted to have all the time. And so our focus was, what's the legacy you're going to value her with? You're going to let her leave behind. And what are you going to do about it?
Just all of preseason and all of it, we were just always really hyped and just ready to go. So it was just a mindset that we were ready.
We were going to work really hard, and coming off of last year's big loss, you know, that was really tough, but we wanted to improve off that and build off that.
We're young, but we're not finished. We're still going. We have so much to improve on, and that allows us to work that much harder because we know we haven't reached our potential yet.
We were hungry. Everyone just walking into the gym, even on my first day, not experiencing last year, you could tell everyone was hungry and they wanted redemption. And you could see that with everything we did. Everyone gave it their all. Everyone always had a chip on their shoulder, and we were all pushing each other to be better because we didn't want to have a repeat of last year.
We were still figuring out the new elements of the freshmen and Sid transferring in and how our team was going to look, and really just talking through all those and working through it together.
Once we realized that, you know, it's not going to be easy, we kicked it into third gear.
I think what changed for us was the buy-in that people had.
Games aren't guaranteed to us. Like, everyone wanted to do their part for the team, and they did.
Going into 10-1, going into Christmas break was just something that not a lot of teams can do, whether you're Division III or Division I. That's, you know, you can't really ask for much else except to keep competing and knowing that, you know, your teammates are giving their all.
I think it was just all our want. And then after winning and winning and winning, we all saw like, hey, like, we're going to keep doing this. We're going to keep winning. Like, we're going to choose to do this, and just, it's a dogfight. We're going to fight harder than the team we're playing.
Stakes are high for the women's hoops edition of the War on 94. Both teams sitting at 5-1 in the WIAC, fighting for sole control of first place.
I love playing against Eau Claire. Like, I love rivalries. I love being competitive. Like, that's just true to my core. I'm one of the most competitive people I know, and it's tough. It's tough being that way. But yeah, playing Eau Claire, it's a fun time. Like, it's fun to have the animosity in the battle. I love it.
That's the one game where if we could go back, it'd be a different story.
Tyra Betcher posts up and lays it in with the left hand.
Coach has done a great job over there, and those games are always going to be tough.
Kylie Mogan launches a go-ahead three.
Every conference game matters, and especially against Eau Claire, you do not want to give them momentum or confidence that they can beat us.
Eau Claire wins big, 85-59. The Blue Bolts take back first place in the conference.
Losing to Eau Claire sucked. That was terrible. By how much we lost.
Coming off that, we knew that we didn't show up for that game. That wasn't us.
We took that and we built off that. We learned a lot from that game, and you know, going into the second half of the conference, we knew that we were going to have to step it up a notch, and we did that.
Hello, everybody. Pete Knudsen with you once again here courtside as we get set to bring you what, again, should be a great matchup here today for the Blue Devils taking on the Lacrosse Eagles.
Well, the lacrosse game was also senior night, and so a lot of the messages were like, do it for someone else, do it for your teammates. We don't know how much time we're going to have left for each other. And out of the 4 years I had been here, I had never beat lacrosse once in my life.
We went into this game knowing that we needed this in order to even have a shot at winning the conference. And then we're in the first quarter, we go down by 17.
I was like, this cannot be happening again. And all it took was all of us getting together and looking at each other and pretty much saying the words, this is not done yet. We're not done fighting. Look around the gym, look at how many people are supporting us. Let's do it for each other. And I think we showed that when we play together and when we fight for one another, no one can stop us.
Stops, gets it to Lodermeyer with the cut. Lodermeyer finishes off and at the bucket to Schaefer. She's wide open for three. And that's good. Jaeger with the offensive board, put back and one.
I don't know, I think we just had some really big like momentum changers, like the energy we had like pushed us through.
Here's Much right side of the lane, ball fake, turnaround jumper, good and one! Much, oh she got some space, the jumper, good off the glass!
We kind of took lacrosse by surprise. I mean, we were coming back from a 17-point deficit, and this game was neck and neck. It was like almost tied. And then we had one play left. You know, there was only a little bit left on the clock. We had a timeout, and they drew up this play to get Allison Letcher a shot because we were down by 3. We needed a 3.
Coach I says that I'm checking in. I check in, and I'm like, it's now or nothing.
I think they're going to just play this one out. Sorensen to inbound. 3 is needed to tie. You go into Letcher. Letcher catches. Needs the shot. She's got plenty of time. 5 seconds. Takes it. It's good! Letcher hits with 2.5 remaining. Allison Letcher, no rhythm, no nothing. She takes it and hits.
Holy moly. That's real. And then you look at Letcher and she's going, oh my God. And you know that she didn't think it was going in either.
Lacrosse will inbound, and that's going to do it. Ball game over.
Knowing that we won that game and that could lead us to winning the conference championship was unbelievable. You know, just knowing that, okay, if that team's our kryptonite and we can beat them and we beat Whitewater earlier on, we know we can get this in the bag. And so it was just more momentum for us, and it just it just pushed us more and more to know that we can do this and we can battle with anybody that we step on the floor with.
We were ready to play, and we were ready to, honestly, a lot of us were ready to embarrass Eau Claire. That's what we wanted. That was our goal. We wanted to do what they did to us.
Going into that game, it was almost like a revenge feeling because, I mean, we had just gone into their house. We got killed. I mean, it was a 20-30 point game at their gym. So going into this game, we knew that we are so much better than that they did not see the real us. They didn't have a chance to play the real us.
Mindset going to that game was remember when they beat us pretty good the first time and have that be a chip on your shoulder, have that like give you an edge going into the game.
We knew like they think they can beat us. That's not happening again. So yeah, it was good to see that we did bounce back from that. Our girls were focused. Our girls were ready for battle, and it showed in the way we started that game.
We were just really excited for every play after that because we knew that this game was going to be good.
After that and one, I knew this was our game and they weren't ready for us this time around. Knowing we were about to win the conference was the dream come true.
And in 5 years, taking a team that was at the bottom of the WIAC, Hannah Iverson is going to take this team to the top of the heap. For the first time since 2007, the UW-Stout Blue Devils are the WIAC Conference champions.
Taking over this program, this is what we saw. This is what we saw when we came here, and this is what we're building. And I think the really important thing is we're not done yet. You know, this is great. This is really fun, and this is well-deserved for those girls. And our story's not over here, and we are looking to keep going here.
Next to you, only wake up if I'm next to you. You extra too, I still slide with some extra too. X and O's, trying to stay on my P's and Q's. Need my boo, when I get lost, she gon' see me through. Pedestal, I put you on a pedestal. I need you like my vegetables. My pocket's fatter, my pocket's fatter. It don't really matter, it don't really matter. My pocket's fatter, my pocket's fatter. It don't really matter, it don't really matter. My pocket's fatter, my pocket's fatter. It don't really matter, it don't really matter. Money come and go, yeah, go and come. I hope you stay. Don't you run away, just don't run away. Money come and go, yeah, go and come. I hope you stay. Don't you run away, just don't run away. My bestie too, say my bestie boo. Test me too, but I love when you test me too. Tougher on the back, most not good to go. Oh for sure, you my number one, then my number one. You the go, love it when I'm here, but miss you on the road. Oh you know.